Good morning, everyone. May we please request everyone to please rise for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem.
Thank you, everyone. You may now take your seats. Good morning to everyone. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. I am Jonah Ray Hufano from the Microfinance Council of the Philippines.
And I am Raymond Joseph Alibutut from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. And we are honored to host this event. Welcome everyone to the awarding of the 4th Digital Financial Inclusion Awards. We would also like to welcome our virtual attendees joining us on Facebook Live.
Leveraging the success of the City Micro Entrepreneurship Awards program, which has recognized over 150 micro entrepreneurs across the country, the Digital Financial Inclusion Awards program, or the DFIA, continues to support financial inclusion initiatives in the country.
Today, we will recognize 17 outstanding micro entrepreneurs and 3 institutions that continuously inspire us that microfinance and digitalization are effective tools to expand financial inclusion. Congratulations to all our winners, to City Foundation, City Philippines, the Microfinance Council of the Philippines, and the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas for successfully implementing the 4th run of this program.
To formally welcome us to this affair, please allow me to introduce one of the co-chairs of the National Selection Committee of the Awards program. He is the first Filipino CEO of Citi in the Philippines in 35 years. Prior to this, he was a country head for Markets and Country Treasurer. He is a 30-year banking veteran, having joined Citibank in 1993 as Assistant Portfolio Manager for Citibank Global Asset Management. Since assuming the role of CCO in 2023, Citi Philippines has been recognized as the Philippines' Best International Bank in the Asia Money Best Bank Awards, Philippines' Best Bank for Diversity and Inclusion in the Euromoney Awards, Best International Bank and Most Progressive DEI in the Philippines by the Finance Asia Awards. Under his leadership, Citi Philippines is the only global bank consistently among 10 banks granted market maker status by the National Treasury. Friends and colleagues, it is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Paul Favela.
Good morning, Governor, MBM Lea, Secretary Mon, DG Berna. So many names, I need to make sure I don't miss anybody. Mr. Ed Jimenez, of course, Chairperson of the Microfinance Council, longtime partner. MCPI board members and the heads of the member institutions of MCPI. Good morning. Friends from media, ladies and gentlemen, and to our inspiring awardees. It is an honor and a privilege to stand here again as we gather for the 4th Digital Financial Inclusion Awards Program, or DFIA. By being here today, we all share in a strong commitment to fostering a more inclusive and digitally empowered future for the Philippines. Today, and just in time for the upcoming holidays, we celebrate the incredible pioneering spirit of 16 micro-entrepreneurs and 3 microfinance institutions who have embraced digital innovation Their work has not only redefined their businesses, but also made way for greater economic opportunity and contribution. In this rapidly evolving world, proficiency in digital technologies has never been more important. And of course, today we are also anticipating the specter of evolution in this space because of AI. For micro-entrepreneurs, digital solutions serve as a crucial bridge, enabling scalability, efficiency, and connections to broader markets. It is due to technology that historical barriers to finance, technology, and information for small businesses are dissolving. This could not have been more evident during the pandemic. Thanks to smartphones, mobile apps, cloud platforms, and digital payment systems, micro-entrepreneurs are accessing possibilities that were unimaginable in the past. MFIs have similarly adapted, undergoing significant digital transformation. By integrating advanced tools, they've enhanced service delivery, extended their reach into underserved communities, and optimized operations, expanding financial inclusion. Modern digital lending platforms and mobile banking now deliver tailored financial products to many more Filipinos. At the heart of this digital revolution is not only the technology themselves, it is the extraordinary resilience and ingenuity of individuals who dared. Filipinos who envisioned a brighter future not only for themselves, but for their families, and most importantly, for their communities. Through recent global shifts, micro-entrepreneurs and MFIs leverage technology not just to survive, but to thrive. Their adaptability is due to their visionary mindset, and therefore they are able to use the technology to their advantage. We would also like to acknowledge the important contributions of our DFIA ecosystem, from government to NGOs, to technology innovators and financial institutions. Thank you for your collective efforts. The DFIA program champions micro-entrepreneurs and MFIs, equipping them to leverage digitization for customer expansion, increased sales, and profitability, and shines a They show us what's possible when business and financial institutions have the right tools and support. To the micro-entrepreneurs, you are the heart of the communities. Your stories of innovation, adaptability, and hard work are nothing but inspiring. To the MFIs, your pioneering spirit in creating financial solutions for marginalized segments has contributed significantly towards a financially inclusive nation. While we celebrate this progress, we know that this is just one part of a much bigger story. The digital journey continues. Today's tools will evolve, and may I add, much faster. And newer technologies will emerge. And with that will come many more possibilities. Artificial intelligence, as I've mentioned, stands as a testament to this ongoing evolution, reshaping how we learn and work. At Citi, we are actively exploring and leveraging AI's potential to empower our colleagues, to improve the way we work in the digital era, and to enhance our services, streamline our operations to better serve our clients. Again, my deepest gratitude goes to our invaluable partners, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, the Microfinance Council of the Philippines, and the distinguished leaders of our National Selection Committee. Your dedication is pivotal in building a more inclusive, prosperous, and digitally enabled Philippines. On behalf of Citi and the Citi Foundation, I would like to extend my sincerest congratulations to all our awardees today. I wish you all continued boundless success. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Paul, and thank you to Citi Foundation and Citi Philippines for supporting digitalization and financial inclusion.
Now, let us listen to a message from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. He is the 7th Governor of the BSP and Chairman of the Monetary Board. And 14 years for the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. From 2019 to 2022, he served as Professor of Finance and Director of Central Banking at the Asia School of Business in Kuala Lumpur. He also taught at Williams College, Columbia University, New York University, and the University of the Philippines School of Economics. Before his appointment to the Monetary Board in 2022, he served as Independent Director of a Universal Bank and Chairman of its Risk Management Committee. He earned his PhD in economics with distinction from Stanford University and obtained his bachelor's degree in economics with honors from the Ateneo de Manila University. Ladies and gentlemen, the Governor of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Dr. Eli M. Remolona Jr.
Citi Philippines CEO Paul Favila, Microfinance Council Chairperson Ed Jimenez, fellow Selection Committee members, digital champions, our outstanding micro-entrepreneurs and microfinance institutions, and guests. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Today, we're celebrating more than just success stories. We're celebrating a shift in narrative. For years, the story around micro-entrepreneurs was that digital tools were out of reach. They're too technical, too costly, too complicated. Our awardees prove this old narrative no longer holds. With simple yet innovative digital tools such as online selling, QR payments, and business systems, they are rewriting what's possible for Filipino entrepreneurs. Nobel laureate Robert Schiller reminds us that narratives are powerful. They shape behavior and eventually they shape outcomes. And that's exactly what we're witnessing here. A new narrative where digitalization is not a barrier, but a bridge. Institutions for over 23 years. Even before digitalization became a thing. Congratulations to all our awardees. Thank you for showing us what the future story of financial inclusion looks like. Mabuhay kayo. Maraming salamat po.
Inclusion.
Before we announce our DFIA winners, the next part of the program will be a short video presentation about the DFIA. may we request the chairperson of the MCPI and the president of Kabalikat para sa Maunlad na Buhay, Mr. Eduardo Jimenez, to introduce the program and join us on stage.
Thank you. Good morning to everyone. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of the Microfinance Council of the Philippines, I would like to thank Citi Foundation, Citi Philippines, and the Bangko Sentral and Pilipinas, our long and partner in this particular event and program, for supporting this pioneering initiative on digitalization in the microfinance industry, enabling us to strengthen the financial inclusion in the Philippines. But as I move on with the particular program now, as I entered the bank earlier, I asked Mr. ChatGPT and Google, why are we meeting? Why exactly are we here? And here is the response of Mr. Google. You are meeting here and giving a special time for this event because of our nanays, or the program members. So we are here because of the winners at the same time as they represent the micro entrepreneurs, mostly women in the Philippines. So kudos to all of you. Congratulations. We would like to acknowledge the members of the National Selection Committee, some of whom are here to join us in this event. They were given the very difficult task, and I would say very difficult task of choosing the winner. So the fact that you're a winner here, you're a winner. Okay, who are the members of the Selection Committee? Okay, it's headed, co-chaired by Governor Eli Remolona of the Bangko Sentral and Pilipinas, and then Mr. Paul Fabila, the co-chair of the CEO of Citi Philippines. We have Mr. Jose Maria Concepcion III, founder, Gonegasio, and former presidential advisor. Ms. Sandy Prieto, of Trade and Industry. Salve Ibanez, I'm not sure if she's around, the President, Empower and Transform, and anchor of ABS-CBN channel, news channel. Ms. Lisette Cipriano from the Asian Development Bank. Attorney Rachel Gumantang Remalante, Director, Corporate Governance and Finance Department of the Securities and Exchange Commission. And Mr. Kenneth Francisco, the Deputy Treasurer of the Philippines Department of Finance, Bureau of Treasury. And finally, the last but not the least, Mr. Joseph Francisco Ortega, who is the Chairperson of the National Youth Commission. Let us give our judges a very warm round of applause for a very hard task. The video that we will be showing next will walk us through the evolution of the DFIA from the Citi Micro Entrepreneurship Award, MOTI, to CMA, to a program on financial inclusion with emphasis on digitalization. So ladies and gentlemen, let's watch the video.
The Digital Financial Inclusion Awards celebrates achievements in digital transformation and innovative endeavors of the country's most outstanding microfinance institutions and micro-entrepreneurs. This is made possible by the Citi Foundation in partnership with the Microfinance Council of the Philippines Incorporated, supported by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas and Citi Philippines. An evolution of the successful Citi Micro Entrepreneurship Awards program, which was launched in 2002. Over 150 micro-entrepreneurs and microfinance institutions have been recognized across the country. The DFIA continues to support financial inclusion initiatives in the country, as well as the government's digitalization objectives. The DFIA recognizes remarkable micro-entrepreneurs and microfinance institutions that have effectively used digital solutions to provide a variety of financial transactions, from payments to savings, to disbursements and investments. as well as marketing tasks and endeavors with the use of e-wallets, e-commerce, and social media. This also aims to inspire and to motivate other micro-entrepreneurs and MFIs to embark on their own digital journey that will ultimately lead to business growth and livelihood opportunities for many Filipinos. Thus, enabling City Foundation, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, City Philippines, and MCPI to continue in raising awareness about the importance of micro-entrepreneurship and microfinance in their support of the financial inclusion and economic empowerment of low-income individuals. With the Digital Financial Inclusion Awards, City Foundation, MCPI, Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, and City Philippines continue to create resilient and spirited communities with equitable opportunities, focusing on strengthening financial inclusion through digitalization. Welcome to the Digital Financial Inclusion Awards.
Finally, we have arrived at the most awaited part of this morning's program, the announcement of the winners of the 4th DFIA. First, let's begin with the Digital Champions MFI category. We have a total of 3 institutional awardees this year. May we request Attorney Rachel Remalante, Mr. Ramon Lopez, Ms. Sandy Prieto Romualdez, and Mr. Eduardo Jimenez to present the awards to our MFI Digital Champions. Let us now call on stage our first winner, GRF Hublag Microfinance Foundation Incorporated, represented by its Managing Director, Ms. Helen Reyes.
Congratulations again to GRF Hublag Microfinance Foundation Incorporated. Now, to announce our second MFI Digital Champion, I'd like to invite on stage MASPEC Cooperative Development Center, represented by its CEO, Ms. Bernadette Toledo.
Congratulations again to MASPEC Cooperative Development Center. And finally, our third winner, Taytay sa Kauswagan Incorporated, represented by its president, Mr. Peter Montalban.
Thank you to our award presenters and to our MFI Digital Champions. You may now take your seats. Please note that in the selection of institutional awardees, BSP representatives excuse themselves in the deliberations and selection because some MFI nominees are BSP supervised institutions. Once again, congratulations to all our institutional winners. Each MFI Digital Champion will also receive 100,000 pesos as cash prize to further improve their institution's digitalization efforts.
May we now request our NSC co-chairs, Governor Eli Remolona, Mr. Paul Favela, Mr. Joey Concepcion, and Ms. Salve Ibanez to present the awards to our micro-entrepreneur digital champions. Let us now get to know our 17 micro-entrepreneur winners this year, who will also receive 100,000 cash prize and laptops that can be used to further their business. Let us begin with Miss Josefia Azores from San Mateo, Isabela, client of ASCII Microfinance.
Thank you, Ms. Azores. Now for our second micro-entrepreneur winner, Ms. Robbie Grace Bernabe from Valenzuela City, client of Tulay sa Pagunlad Incorporated.
Thank you, Ms. Bernabe. We'd like to call on our third winner, Mylene Bersabal from Gindulman, Bohol, client of Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation.
Thank you, Ms. Bersabal. Now I'd like to call on our fourth winner, Ms. Carmelita Dapanas from Manticao, Misamis Oriental, client of Card Inc.
Thank you and congratulations, Ms. Dapanas. Our next winner is RJ De Chavez from Santa Maria, Laguna, client of Ahon Sahirap Incorporated.
Thank you, Mr. Chavez. Once again, congratulations. I'd like to call on our sixth winner, Ms. Eileen Flormata from Minglanilla, Cebu, client of Rafi Microfinance.
Thank you and congratulations, Ms. Flormata. We'd like to call on our seventh winner, Raquel Lanaban from Belusa, Davao City, client of Card Bank.
Thank you, Ms. Lanaban. I'd like to call on our eighth winner on stage, Ms. Gladys Maipid from Hinigaran, Negros Occidental, client of Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation.
Thank you again, Ms. Maipid, and congratulations. Let us now welcome our ninth winner, Edna Maloon from Bogo City, Cebu, client of Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation.
Thank you and congratulations, Ms. Malon. And now for our 10th winner, Ms. Annalisa Monil from Bilar, Bohol, client of Card Inc.
Congratulations and thank you, Ms. Moni. Our next winner is Lorly Noblezada from Yagao, Iloilo, client of Taytay sa Kauswagan Incorporated.
Thank you and congratulations, Ms. Noblezada. And for our next winner, I'd like to call on Ms. Rosalie Orihola from Nagcarlan, Laguna, client of Tulay sa Pag-unlad Incorporated.
Thank you again and congratulations to Ms. Oriola. Our next winner is Ms. Cecilia Orok from Tagbilaran City, Bohol, client of Negros Women for Tomorrow Foundation.
Again, congratulations to Ms. Orok. I'd like to call on our next winner, Ms. Maricar Pagao from Paki, Laguna, client of Ahon sa Hirap Incorporated.
Thank you and congratulations to Ms. Pagao. We'd like to call on our 15th winner, Denise Palmero from Baler Aurora, client of ASCII Microfinance.
Once again, thank you and congratulations, Ms. Palmero. I'd like to call on our 16th winner, Ms. Niel Danica Polong from Silang, Cavite, client of Card SME Bank.
Thank you, Ms. Polong, and congratulations once again. And last but not the least, our 17th winner, Mr. Alan Romero from Taytay Rizal, client of Kasaganaka Credit and Savings Cooperative.
Once again, congratulations to all our micro-entrepreneur winners. For our award presenters, you may now take your seats.
Once again, we would like to congratulate to all our winners. You are truly inspiring. And thank you as well to our National Selection Committee members who joined us today to present the awards to our awardees.
Let us now listen to a testimonial from one of our micro-entrepreneur digital champions, Ms. RJ De Chavez, a client of Ahon sa Hirap Incorporated, to provide us with an inspirational message.
Hi! Hello po! Good morning everyone. Good morning po. So, I just want to start with thank you po. Sobrang thank you po, Lord. Sa blessings po na na-receive namin ngayon at patuloy pa po namin marireceive. Ano po? And most of all po, through the amazing organizations and committees po behind this, MCPI and BSP, Bangko namin na may pinupuntahan po yung aming mga pinaghirapan mula po nung una pa. So thank you so much po talaga. Ano? So standing here now po made me realize na sino mag-aakala na we are accidentally became a business owner just because we lost our job. So I will start it. Ang husband ko po noon that time, he lost his job because it closed. At ako naman po ay manganganak na po to my second child. So, I have no choice but to stop. And then, what we did is we opened a food delivery business in Manila. And our way to make it is to give flyers that time. So, pa-flyers pa po siya. No? So, we have to have name. We have to make a name for our flyers. And then, that was year 2015. I was watching a morning show. It was a feng shui segment. Year 2015, Fire Monkey, ang swerteng negosyo daw po ay lamig apoy. O di sige, Lapoy ang pangalan natin. Very easy, Lapoy, lamig apoy. Para nga daw po swerte. So tignan nga ho natin kung saswertihin nga po. Ano po? So, the business went well naman po sa Manila. We deliver food. The doctors, we are delivering, love the food that we deliver because it was Mexican food and Italian food. So it was quite different for the deliveries that they're having before. And it happens po na kahit na naging maganda yung flow ng business, andyan na ho yung kasunod. Napasipagpuhan eh. So, kahit po ganun na may business kami sa Manila, we have to go home sa aming province. So, medyo nagka-struggle po sa Manila din dahil alam naman po natin na medyo mahal po ang cost of living sa Manila, the rent and everything. Ano? Ma-mention ko lang din po na gaano kami kaswerte. The landlady na nire-rent po namin, ayaw po nila kaming pauwiin noon because I was pregnant nga. Sabi niya, manganak ka na muna at patapusin mo yung nag-aaral mong elementary, I will have the rent free. That was 5 months of free. 75,000 rent. Sinong gagawa noon? Napakaswerte po talaga, no? Talagang along the way. Ang Diyos po, papasalubungan ka ng mga tao na tutulong sa iyo na hindi mo inaasahan. So ayun po, umuwi po kami sa aming bayan sa Laguna. And then, sabi namin, it's like there's no way for us to be employed kasi hindi naman po uso pa ang restaurant noon back then. That's 2018. So sabi namin, sige, since naging maganda naman yung tanggap sa food natin, why not we build a restaurant kahit may doubt tayo kung magwo-work po ba. So, sumali po ako sa ASHI. Oh, by the way, I am Miss RJ Soriano de Chavez. I am 37 years old po. So, ma-share ko lang po na ako po ay anak ng 21 years member na po ng Ahon sa Hirap Inc. Ang mami ko po ay 29 years na sa ASHI. So I am a proud member of ASHI for 8 years now. 8 taon na po ako sa ASHI. So doon po nagmula yung aming capital. So wala po talaga kaming pinagsimulan. Kung hindi iyon lang po, 5,000. How can you put up a restaurant with 5,000 pesos? Di ba po? Mangyari pong napakaswerte ko po. Ang aking pong husband ay marunong pong magkarpintero, electrical and plumbing, everything. So, yung nirent po namin na place sa Laguna ay may mga old woods. Binigay po sa amin ng may-ari. Nagtrabaho po kami umaga-gabi kasama ang mga baby namin until we are about to open. So, we created a Facebook account of our restaurant just to make the people know that there's a new restaurant opening. And then, naglagay din po kami doon ng mga process namin, kung paano namin ginagawa, DIY everything. Ano po? So, we made a rapport din doon sa mga followers namin. So, we open po kahit hindi pa po kompleto lahat yung aming gamit. And just 1 week po when we open, hindi po namin inasahan na talagang magugustuhan po ng mga tao sa probinsya yung aming pagkain. Just 1 week, we were able to buy yung oven na wala pa po kami kahit na nagsimula kami. And then we were able to buy a motorcycle in just 1 month para po makapag-deliver kami. So iisipin nga po ninyo, ano? Nagsimula siya sa 5,000, tapos nakapagbukas sila. Kaya sabi ko nga po, thank you po Lord talaga. Kung iisipin, nakatayo po ako ngayon dito sa harapan ninyo. Kapag binalikan ko po yung pinagsimula namin, parang imposible po, ano, that no choice of ours na mag-asawa has been our fuel to give our goals sa katotohanan po. Ano po? So, kagaya naman po ng lahat ng negosyo, syempre may struggle po, ano, napakadami po namin pinagdaanan. Kagaya po nung dumating ang malakas na bagyo, so nasira po yung restaurant namin, and then, mangyari lang pong napakaswerte din that ASHI offers an emergency loan. So agad din po na overcome namin at nagawa rin po namin yung kinakailangan. As well, pandemic came, so it hits hard for the restaurant business. Pero through digitalization po, yung Facebook, talagang nagawan din po namin ng paraan kung paano kami makakapag-deliver and continuously hindi po mawawalan ng trabaho yung aming mga tauhan. Ano po? So yung mga pagsubok po, mga kamalasan na dumating, talagang meron din pong maraming swerte na dumating po sa amin. From 5,000 na starting loan to ASHI, na-reach ko na po yung malaking loan at nagsimula rin po kaming makatayo ng another branch. So now po we are having 3 restaurants and in a beach resort in Quezon. So yes po, napakaswerte po na 3 na po yung aming restaurant. And then, para ibalik din po yung mga blessings na nakukuha namin, nagiging panata po namin yung magbigay ng food packs every mayuhan sa mga bata. Kami po ay nagdo-donate po ng mga food sa mga bata. As well po, yung pag-e-employ ng mga tauhan. Actually, majority po of all our employees were not experienced restaurant na mga tauhan. Meron po kaming senior citizen na mga employees, PWDs, and ano po, kahit wala silang experience out of school youth, kinukuha po namin. Ang amin pong dahilan, kung hindi namin sila kukunin, sinong kukuha sa kanila? Who will give them chance? Ano po? Kaya, aaminin ko po sa inyo, mas magaling pa po sila doon sa mga nasubukan namin na may experience because you are molding them to what you wanted them to be. Kaya po, yung mga blessing na yun, doon po namin siya na ibabalik. And ma-mention lang din po namin na kahit po ang aming restaurant, it's not even air-conditioned po, ladies and gentlemen. If you will see it, it was a local restaurant, but very homey lang po siya, Pero nare-recognize po kami. Thank you so much po sa DTI po, Back in 2022, December, we were featured as a restaurant for DTI Philippines. So, marami na rin pong recognition kaming natanggap kahit na very simple lang po yung aming restaurant. Ano po, ang may advice ko lang po bilang isang negosyante kahit po hindi pa, malayo pa po, malayo pa po yung aming pangarap. Yung support system niyo po lagi ay wag niyo pong iiwanan. Lalo-lalo na po ang aking example for my husband po. Thank you so much sa pagiging kalahati ko. Lagi ko nga pong sinasabi, ako'y kalahati at siya'y kalahati. Kami po ay isa. I-share ko lang po sa inyo, ako po ay na-scam. Na-scam po ako before. And that 40,000, I know hindi sobrang laki, pero para sa akin po, bilang nagsimula sa walang-wala, talagang grabe po ang iyak ko po. Grabe po talaga. Pero ang husband ko po, hindi man lang siya nagalit kahit konti. At nilalambing niya po ako, hayaan mo na. Kunwari, bumili ka ng hikaw, tas nahulog. Di ba? Talaga pong, sabi nga po nila, when life pulls you down, love lifts you up. Di ba po? Kaya po, salamat po sa pakikinig sa amin at talaga pong this means so much to us. Kaya hindi ko na po patatagalin pa. Maraming salamat po. God bless us all po. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, RJ. May you serve as an inspiration to other micro-entrepreneurs.
Yes, thank you very much, RJ. We really appreciated the talk about being able to start from struggling during the pandemic and slowly rising to what is a successful microfinance entrepreneur experience today.
Yes, and may we be reminded that when life pulls you down, love lifts you up.
Wise words to live by, especially during this holiday season. And to all those out there who also experienced financial scams, like Miss RJ, you can reach out. You can use our consumer assistance mechanisms and reach out to our BSP online buddy. And you can also reach out to corresponding regulators.
And also to our microfinance clients, again, we would like to thank you for all of your efforts, especially when it comes to digitalization. Actually, Ray, I was part of the team who interviewed some of the client winners that we have right now. And truly, some of their stories are inspirational.
I was not part of the team that interviewed, but I was reading the profiles of the businesses, and it spanned a wide range of industries. It showed that we can be very resourceful and very creative if we need to.
Is everyone hungry? Uh, we only have a few minutes left before we go for lunch.
So, before we end our awarding today, may we request members of the National Selection Committee, Monetary Board Member De Leon, Deputy Governor Puyat, to please come up on stage for a quick photo opportunity. May we also request the MFI awardees and micro entrepreneur awardees to please be on standby for the next picture taking. May we now request our MFI awardees to join our NSC and Deputy Governor Puyat on stage. May we now call up to the stage our Micro Entrepreneur awardees to join our NSC members and MFI awardees for the group photo. So, may we request our MFI awardees to please step to the side so our NSC members can take a picture with just the Micro Entrepreneur awardees. Our next photo will be with all the micro entrepreneur. Our next photo will be with all the micro entrepreneur awardees. We ask the NSC committee members and Deputy Governor Puyat to please take your seats. Thank you and congratulations again to our Micro Entrepreneur awardees. May we call back to the stage our MFI awardees for a group photo. Congratulations again to our MFI awardees and our Micro Entrepreneur awardees. May we ask everyone to kindly take their seats. So before we formally end our awarding today, we would also like to invite a pioneer member of the selection committee to provide a testimonial. He is the founder of Go Negosyo and currently the chair of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jose Maria Concepcion III.
Good morning. First of all, I'd like to greet the Central Bank Governor, Emelina, and of course, members of the Central Bank Board, and a former employee, good friend, Mon Lopez. He used to work for RFM Corporation many years back, but he still looks the same. First of all, I remember this event way back when we partnered with Citibank. It was called the Citi Moti Micro Entrepreneurship Awards. And I'm glad that until today, many of our micro and small entrepreneurs are being recognized for them trying to grow their business. And Go Negosyo has been around for 20 years. It's been a long time. We've been doing these caravans all over the Philippines. Back then, Secretary Mon Lopez was the Secretary of Trade, and we worked very well with the Secretary of Trade back then. Today, we have a new Secretary, Secretary Chris Roque, an entrepreneur, a woman who has equally the same passion to see our micro and small entrepreneurs scale up and grow. Yesterday, we were at the SM Mall of Asia. We held the first event that the President wanted to push. Basically, there are two very important points in helping our small entrepreneurs and job seekers have a better life. We will call it Trabajo at Negosyo. This is what we launched with the President yesterday at SM. Well attended. And a week before, we had the Balikbayan Summit. And Secretary Mon Lopez knows how big that event is. We had people as early as 1 a.m. in the morning falling in line, waiting for their turn to enter the Mall of Asia. And it was heartwarming to see so many people wanting to be mentored by top entrepreneurs. And if we want this country to grow, there is no other way but to create more jobs. That is the key to economic empowerment and eventually scaling up. Not only big business must succeed, we have to make our micro, small entrepreneurs succeed as well. Because for every micro and small entrepreneur that succeeds, they generate more jobs. And jobs is what we need. I am part of the Private Sector Advisory Council of the President, and that was the beginning of actually, you know, we always meet in the council, we talk, we do this. So the Private Sector Advisory Council is a consultative body that provides advice to the President. But for the first time, I see something more than that, not just meetings, but action. So 20 years ago, when Gold Negotiation started, and Mon was with me, that is when we started to help our micro, small, and medium enterprises. There is no way that this country can prosper if it will only be the rich that can grow. That has to change. The evolution of prosperity will only happen when we help those at the bottom of the pyramid. And that has been my passion for the last 20 years. And I will continue as I can for as long as it takes until every micro, small entrepreneur will have that chance to succeed in life. That these people have done. You know, when you, as a banker, you always look at how healthy the financial statement of that company you will lend. With what happened in Congress, who would lend the Philippines? If I were a foreign investor, I wouldn't invest in the Philippines, or I wouldn't even lend money to the Philippines if they cannot discipline. So it's very important that men and women in government must think like entrepreneurs, must act as if they own the country. Private sector, we have more malasakit in the sense that we own the company. Should be looked upon like a company operating like us in the private sector, in my case, RFM Corporation. My father started way back. He was the head of RFM. I was mentored by him. And today, I find myself in a very sentimental journey, in a sense. Because not only my father passed on RFM to me, unknowingly, today I am the ASEAN Business Advisory Council Chairman, which way back then, 20 years ago, he was the ASEAN BAC Chairman. So you can see that join his meetings. So that's what I call subliminal mentorship. It's like you have children. If you show the example of who you are, what your ambition is, what your success is, you give them encouragement, and not everybody out there is bright. Many people don't even go to college, high school, and yet they can succeed in life. I am actually a college dropout. I have not finished I only graduated basically in high school. First day of college, I decided to call it quits. And I don't encourage that to many people because, but I felt the need to want to start as an entrepreneur. And countless of entrepreneurs out there, many of them are not bright, but they work so hard and they're so passionate in what they do. And this is what we want to share with our micro and small entrepreneurs. I really want to see that this whole country prospers. That's the only way. We can't, now that we're hosting the ASEAN, we can't be the last ASEAN country, still in the bottom. Singapore, Malaysia, and many others of the 10 countries are way up there. So we have to really scale up our micro and small entrepreneurs. And with that, definitely our economy will grow. As it grows, more people will be hired, will have jobs, and hopefully we can create more entrepreneurs. So President Marcos joined our event yesterday at SM Mall. And he was also very pleased to see that there were so many people looking for jobs. And starting in a couple of weeks, we will mount trabaho at negosyo in all the malls with the support of the mall owners who are equally as passionate and want to help our micro and small entrepreneurs. Prosperity will only happen when we help those at the bottom of the pyramid, the big helping the small, and eventually as the small becomes big, he helps again. That's what I call the circle of prosperity. So this is what I look forward to, and I'd like to thank all your efforts in helping our MSMEs move up in life. And hopefully, the Philippines will be again a well-respected nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Joey Concepcion. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the 4th Digital Financial Inclusion Awards. This has been another exciting and inspiring year for this Digital Financial Inclusion Awards program. We'd like to thank everyone who joined our program for today, including those who are watching us live on Facebook. Once again, I am Jonah Rehufano from the Microfinance Council of the Philippines.
And I am Raymond Joseph Alibutod from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. For on-site participants, we have prepared snacks and refreshments for everyone. Enjoy the food, stay safe, and happy holidays to all. Thank you once again.